welcome to the WTFGO Show, Episode 5. My name is Jason Carmona. I am the Editor-in-Chief of WTFGamersOnly. With me today, as always, we have Emperor Ernest Johnson.
What up?
Also with us, once again, we have Thomas DCC Lee.
Hello, everybody.
And today, we are going to strictly be talking E3. For many of those who listen to us probably already know, last week was the annual Electronic Entertainment Expo. And let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about the Xbox One.
Xbox One?
Xbox came with the fury at this press conference. They really announced a lot of what fans wanted to hear. They had a really good turnout and a few surprises. Let's start off with some of the news that was announced in order. They announced that Halo 5 Guardians was coming out this year. You could play as either Master Chief or Spartan Locke, who was introduced in the Halo Nightfall miniseries, which was also available with the Master Chief Collection and on Showtime, I believe. So you'll be able to play as one of those two, and they're pretty much going to be rivaling each other throughout the narrative of the story. Each Spartan is going to have a team of 3 Spartans along with them, I believe, so it will allow for 4-player co-op for the story campaign. Nathan Fillion is going to be joining the cast as a Spartan.
Nathan Fillion. Oh,
awesome.
I saw that and my heart leapt for joy because I loved Captain.
Right.
Captain.
And he he adds a sort of slapstick humor to the group.
Yeah, he was in ODST also,
Yes,
right?
he was. He was in ODST.
Is he playing the same character?
No, I don't think so. But he could be. We don't know. Maybe a lot has happened since ODST. Maybe since then, like Locke, he's become a Spartan.
Right.
So 4-player co-op story campaign. It's coming October 17th for Xbox One exclusive. Damn. It's going to have 24-player multiplayer with maps up to 4 times as large as ever before. And there's going to be a new multiplayer mode called Warzone. It's going to kind of make player versus player meet player versus everything. That's the description that they pretty much gave for it.
I think it's truly going to be the closest thing that Halo has come to truly have war on the screen now. So Warzone is going to be something really cool to look forward to for multiplayers.
So that's going to be awesome for Halo fans to look forward to coming later this year. They also announced, Xbox during the conference shortly after announced a new IP called Recore. It's coming out spring 2006. It's from the I'm going to butcher this name and I apologize and correct me if I say it improperly. Kaiji Unifumi.
Inafune.
Okay, there you go. He was the developer behind Mega Man, Onimusha, Lost Planet, and Dead Rising, along with the makers of Metroid Prime. It's going to be about a girl and her robotic dog in a post-apocalyptic world. In the trailer that they showed, they were attacked, and the robot dog sacrificed himself, destroying his physical body, leaving a blue aura. And this girl transfers the blue aura into another robot, and the robot comes to life. So it kind of has like a knack type feel to it.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like a buddy game.
Yeah.
With a little bit
sort of, a little different though.
Yeah, a little bit different, but kind of the same concept almost. You know what I mean? Where you can
so Retro Studios is doing this with Kaiji Inafune, and is it a Nintendo exclusive game then?
No, this is all Xbox we're talking about right now. Yeah, this is all we're just.
So this isn't an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, this is IP for Xbox,
and it's Retro Studios.
No, it's not.
But you said the people who did Metroid Prime.
Some of the developers.
Ah, okay. So some people may have left.
Right,
Retro.
Exactly.
Wow, holy fuck.
So let's keep going here. There's a lot to talk about. Xbox One is going to have backwards compatibility.
That's awesome.
Big time. It's going to play Xbox 360 games natively that they said, but
well, no, I heard there was it's emulated.
Software.
It's
emulation. Gonna be emulation.
I mean, it'd have to be, but
right.
Well, it sounds like that the developers don't have to do anything.
No, because again, it's emulation.
The way that it sounds like is that Microsoft just does a couple of tweaks and whistles as long as they get the licensing for it, and whoever owns the game can play it on Xbox One.
Correct. Digital titles will soon start showing up automatically in your games library for Xbox One. Mass Effect 1 was being demoed during the press conference, running at 1080p upscaled.
Wow, nice.
it's going to be coming to everybody this holiday season. But if you're a part of the Xbox One preview program, you get a select choice of titles right now, including, it's some of the B titles like Viva Pinata and, just games that you just don't. BC title
crazy.
games. Nothing. There's no Halo and there's no Call of Duty that's backwards compatible right now. There's a short list that will probably supply the.
I think they said they're coming out with an initial set of 100 games or something like that.
Yeah, they said about 100 games around Christmas time. Right now, there's about maybe 25, and it's not even anything worth,
I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's just that, like, if it's only going to be like 100 games for the near future, and then more later, that's not like really enough for me to like get rid of my 360 and just put everything on my Xbox One.
Well, all I care about is hashtag Red Dead Redemption on this one.
Yeah, that's not one of the titles as of yet, but we can only hope that it will.
Well, yeah, it's the #1 title that apparently pulled that everybody wants. So I'm sure it'll happen.
So backwards compatibility is also going to come at no extra charge. So if you've bought the game digitally, unlike Nintendo, which will make you pay like $2 or $3 surcharge to transfer it over, that will not be the case with Xbox. Once you've already paid for it, it's yours. So once it becomes backwards compatible, it'll show up in your library.
Thank you,
ready
Xbox.
for download.
Thank
yes,
you.
Definitely. Many people were asking.
Good call, Microsoft.
They also announced a new Xbox One Elite controller. The controller is the same size and shape as the current Xbox One controller, only it's going to have swappable components, trigger locks, remappable buttons, and a new swappable D-pad.
And $150.
Right. It's going to come at a $150 price tag, but it's also going to be compatible with Windows 10 PC. I don't know if I'm willing to pay $150 for it.
I'm not going to be. I mean, I'm just not. I'm sorry.
Costs almost half of a console.
Yeah, it's not necessary. It's not needed.
And here's the thing, too. When I was at CES, they had controllers like this for PC, and the prices for those controllers were like $50-$60. What we usually pay for a PS4 or Xbox One controller now. So why should I pay an extra $100 for the same bells and whistles that I already get on PC for far less?
Yeah, Microsoft, sometimes they're kind of like Sega, where they'll take these weird little risks, except these are like dickish like risks, and Sega's were more like for the fan type risks. And it looks like an Xbox controller. It's not like it's like a Wii U controller. It's got a fucking screen in the middle of it or anything. I mean, $150. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a lot. I wonder if they're going to start bundling them with the console. And how much
it could
will
be the next Kinect,
for?
Which is good and bad, sort of.
So Fallout 4 was also shown during the Xbox press conference. They showed gameplay and gave a little bit of an inside look as to the narrative of the game as well. They also announced that PC mods will be playable on the Xbox One version.
Wow.
Yes, and it is coming on November 10th. During the conference, EA came out. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 was revealed. That's coming out in spring 2016. They added new plants, some fruit, new zombie types.
Have you played the first one?
Yeah, it was cool.
I like the original Plants vs. Zombies.
But you haven't played Garden Warfare yet. Nah, it's a third-person multiplayer deathmatch type game. And from the trailer reveal, zombies have access to Titans from Titanfall. So Titans will drop from the sky, and the zombies can get in the Titans. Forza 6 was also demonstrated during the press conference.
How did that look, dude?
Henry, it looked pretty good.
It looked like a Ford GT commercial.
Yeah, well,
but compared to 4 and 5, how did
Thomas
6
is actually right. Henry Ford III actually came out with one of the developers, and they showed off the 50th incarnation of the Ford GT. 50th, right? 50th anniversary. So in celebrating the 50th anniversary, they're going to have the latest Ford GT exclusively in Forza 6, and I believe it's going to be the cover vehicle as well.
Oh, yeah, I think they're going full 9 yards with this.
Yeah, so it's a big deal. They had it there. It came down on this huge platform, and, they made a big entrance for it.
Yeah.
It was like
Forza 6.
Right. It was, yeah. There's going to be more than 450 cars in the game, probably from launch, and then they'll probably have additional ones through DLC. like the fifth one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it won't be slaughtered by microtransactions.
Well, yeah, but I mean, graphically, the fifth one didn't look like that much really of an improvement to 4. Even the rearview mirrors were 30 frames per second.
And Forza 6 will be coming September 16th. Let's go to the next page of notes here. Dark Souls 3 was shown. That's coming early 2016.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Bloodborne just came out.
Right. So they're pumping that out.
Yeah.
The Tom Clancy's The Division was shown. It's going to have Xbox exclusive beta coming in December of this year. They also showed Rainbow Six Siege. The Xbox version is going to be packaged with both Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2.
I heard that's
due to backwards compatibility.
That's fucking awesome.
They also announced that Xbox One is going to have a game preview for ID independent games at Xbox. Much like this program is going to be like the Steam Early Access, where it offers free trials for all games in this program. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Always a good thing, yeah.
Right, and especially if it's a game that you're not sure about, they should always have free trials. That's the cool thing about arcade was that every game in arcade had a trial.
That was just amazing, and it sold me on a lot of games I would not normally have played or been curious enough to even check out a demo.
Yeah, definitely. And it saves a lot of money too, because if you pay $10-15 on a game and it sucks, right now, like, there's not a refund program like there is on Steam.
Right.
So you're kind of stuck with it. Rise of the Tomb Raider was shown. They showed this awesome little sequence where they were rock climbing in the snow, and they created an avalanche of sorts, and Laura's trying to outrun the avalanche and shit.
Nice.
It's awesome. It looks
like
beautiful.
Tomb Raider.
Right. Looks like Tomb Raider. That's coming November 10th as well. Rare revealed that they are going to have a greatest hits collection called Rare Replay.
Yeah.
30 games, $30, August 4th. And it's going to include Battletoads Arcade. It's going to include both Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero. All 3 Banjo-Kazooie games, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and Nuts and Bolts. And a slew of other games.
Like both RC Primes, I think. Jetpack Refueled, a bunch of other stuff too. Yeah, almost everything good that Rare's done, except for I think the only thing it's missing is Wizards and Warriors and Ironside.
Pretty much every game that they've ever created, with the exception of anything Donkey Kong
and Wizards and Warriors.
Yeah.
But wait, did they develop any Donkey Kong games?
Rare?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Donkey Kong Country.
Oh yeah. Okay. Duh.
This guy.
When I hear Donkey Kong, I think of old Donkey Kong. When I hear Donkey Kong Country, I'm like, oh yeah.
So after that, they had a couple other games that I'm just gonna skip over to the main meat of what I thought
meat and potatoes
of the conference, and that's when they introduced HoloLens. HoloLens is a Microsoft headset that projects holographic images. So you can pretty much, if you've ever seen Minority Report, where he wears the eye thing and then he sees the screen pop up and he can use his hands to touch icons and stuff. That's what the HoloLens does. So through this visor headset, you can touch virtual holograms that you see through the headset.
It was one of the best things about their Xbox One press conference.
It definitely was.
I was like, wow. I was like, wow, because I want to use the HoloLens to play tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, so during the conference, they showed tabletop
that would look really
Minecraft.
cool, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, tabletop Minecraft.
Damn.
And so that was awesome. And then they had they had a person playing it on through the HoloLens, and then they had a person playing it on tablet, and then they had the cameraman retrofitted with HoloLens tech, so you could see what they were seeing, and it was fucking awesome. It was phenomenal. Like, I showed this to my daughter, and she turned slowly to me and just gave me this grin, like we have to get this,
Oh, if you didn't know what was going on, you would think that the person that had these HoloLenses on was a total, basket case.
They were fucking
just
nuts.
moving and touching, like doing Tai Chi.
That's the thing about VR. You always look like a moron fucking around.
So to close out Xbox, Microsoft decided to discuss the future of Gears. Gears of War Ultimate Edition is coming August 25th to Xbox One. It's built from the ground up.
Yeah, completely.
It's a total recreation of the original game. They're adding new story elements that were from the PC version of the game exclusively at first.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's going to have 60 frames per second multiplayer.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic.
When I heard 60 frames, I was like, all right, cool. Check it out.
Xbox really pushed the whole idea of their exclusivity.
Right.
Like everything was
Microsoft,
Microsoft Xbox One exclusive, this, exclusive that. A lot of things are exclusive with the Xbox, that's for sure.
They also announced a public beta, which began the moment they made their announcement on E3 Monday, which ends actually today as of this recording, which is Monday. Yeah, Monday's today.
Oh yeah, where you trade in your.
No. The beta ends today.
Wait, the beta for what?
Gears. The Gears beta. They announced the Gears multiplayer beta for Xbox One that started E3 Monday and ended today.
Fucking, that was fast.
Yeah. Well, it was a week.
No, but I mean, like, for just... Wow, I'm surprised that, Gears has moved along that quickly.
Yeah, and it's
I wasn't
gonna come out in
expecting
2
to
months
see
anyways.
anything playable until, early next year, end of this
Well,
year.
that was for Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Shortly after that, they announced Gears of War 4 is coming, and they showed an early gameplay demo of that. Nothing spectacular. They were wandering through a dark town, and these locust-type hounds start showing up. They could possibly not be locusts. They could be something totally different. But we'll just call them locust hounds.
Yeah.
So locust hounds start creeping over the wall, and they start battling these locust hounds. And other than that, it was just a small tease, maybe a 5-minute tease of gameplay. It didn't look super impressive, but I'm intrigued. They did announce that it was coming in holiday 2016. So after that, the show had wrapped, and that was the Xbox presser. So with knowing everything, Ernest, what were your thoughts on the Xbox press conference and everything that they announced?
Definitely a thumbs up. Like, it's not like they just had like the one big game or anything. They had like just lots of stuff, lots of good games. Like Thomas said, lots of exclusive games. They had like the HoloLens plus I think rumors or whatnot that they're partnering up with Oculus. So Oculus Rift will be you'll be able to use Oculus Rift with Xbox One, which is just it's great. I mean, plus the HoloLens.
And that's another thing that we didn't touch too was that a couple days prior, Oculus had a press conference and announced that their retail version of the headsets would all ship with Xbox One controllers.
Yeah.
And that Xbox One games through Windows 10 will be able to be played via Oculus.
Yeah, I really want to try the Oculus because I'm curious on the on the resolution, how it's gonna look. Because one thing 1080p, that's great, but when it's like right up in your face, you need like a high resolution is gonna be absolutely paramount.
Now, Thomas, you wanted to talk a little bit more about the Fallout portion of the Xbox press conference. What did you think about Fallout and the Xbox presser as a whole?
I wanted to talk about Fallout 4 because I just wanted that talks about the presser as a whole, because the cool thing about that is that Todd Howard from Bethesda came out to introduce Fallout 4. And that's the thing that I saw a lot more from this press release, is that they really had the show. It was very well done. Production was like it was as if a studio was announcing movies. It had that type of feeling. So I really liked how he had that. And like you're saying, that mods from PC can be played to console for free, my friend. And that I think Xbox is really learning, and they're really moving towards this notion of watching out for gamers a little bit, not just poking them to death for money. And also, I just wanted to talk about Fallout Shelter. I can't wait until that comes out for Android.
Yes, that's actually a companion app.
I'm going to be addicted to that game for a while,
yeah, that was there at E3 also. It was on display.
So what's the deal with this Fallout Shelter? What is this now? I just heard a little bit.
It's a mobile game, and it's basically you're an overseer of a vault, and you can create rooms and all this stuff, and you just have to create a larger vault, and it'll come out in a couple of months on Android.
Is it like overhead? Is it like a 3D?
It's an overhead, like not overhead, but it's a side view. Like if you ever played XCOM
Yeah. Oh, it's like that. Right. Okay, I see.
But actually, interestingly enough, one of the games that really interested me was an indie game under the ID at Xbox that they're doing.
Huh.
It's called Cuphead.
Yes, Cuphead was a game that they announced last year.
Wait, what's it called?
It's called Cuphead. Okay, so basically, Cuphead.
Like your head is made out of a cup or
yes,
glass?
coffee cup is your
right,
head.
Right.
So
okay.
basically, the concept of this game is that Cuphead and a companion make a deal with the devil, and they lose their bet. So in order to be done with their deal, they have to do the devil's bidding, and so they go after certain monsters and stuff like that the devil wants eliminated. And it's 2-player co-op, side-scrolling.
It's an indie game for Xbox or for everything.
Xbox, but the best part about this game is that it looks like a 1930s cartoon, but plays like a 16-bit platform.
Oh my god!
It looks great. When I saw this, actually, I thought of Disney because I'm like, wow, if Disney saw this, they would be like, I want to make a Steamboat Willie game that looks exactly like it was. It was phenomenal. I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah, it looks great. And
wow.
And it's dog shit hard.
Huh.
Yeah.
No, it looks Japanese crazy side-scrolling hard. You know those games that you play that look ridiculous. So that's my take on Xbox.
Sweet, awesome. Yeah, as a whole, I thought they really brought it with the show. They announced things that people wanted to see. People wanted to see Battletoads on Xbox.
Fucking Battletoads Arcade. This is the first time it's ever come out.
Right, on a console.
Yeah.
And so as much as we would have liked to see a new Battletoads, I think for right now, for $30 even, to have 30 games, including both those Battletoads, is awesome.
Totally.
And I bet you a lot of people now are calling GameStop asking if they could pre-order Battletoads.
Yeah, I agree.
I also was intrigued by the Elite controller. I was not so intrigued by the price. Once I saw it, I was like, "Ooh!" But when I saw the price, I was like, "Oh!" So that was definitely not for me. I like the backwards compatibility option. I have a lot of Xbox One games. You have a lot of Xbox One games, Ernest,
or 360 games,
or 360 games. I'm sorry. Yes, correct. Xbox 360 games.
But
so. Here's to hoping that a lot of our games are backwards compatible because that's a lot of
But there's going to be so many that will slip through the I can guarantee you EDF will not be back. They're not going to make that backwards compatible. They might, but I doubt it. I doubt. I don't know. I doubt Sega Rally will be backwards compatible. I doubt. Shit will slip through the cracks. But it's cool. It's free.
And they brought a lot of AAA titles. Everything that they showed looked awesome. A lot of the independent games looked awesome. Gigantic looked awesome. That's a 4-player multiplayer game where you have this monster that leads the charge, and you battle hordes of villains that have their own monster, and you just battle.
It's kind of fun.
It looks cool, and it has a
I'm not an online gamer, but I could see getting online with some buddies and fucking around doing that. It's
so all in all, I give Xbox a B. What would you say, Ernest?
Yeah, I'd say like a B plus maybe. Oh, and I say B plus because I would expect Microsoft always to falter, but no, they fucking. It sounds like this is one of their better E3s. I'd say, in fact.
Thomas,
I give them a B as well.
B. Okay. Let's move on to Sony real quick because we are running out of time. And we want to talk about this.
Yeah, let's bang on Sony.
So, beginning with Sony, in order of announcements, Ernest, time to eat crow.
Oh shit!
Because The Last Guardian was announced
for PS4 though.
PS4.
Which is bullshit. You know how many people bought a PS3 for The Last Guardian? But hey, you know what? I mean, at least it's coming, and since it's PS4, it'll look like super really nice, which is great. So I'm a patient man. I think that's good news.
It looks weird.
Still bullshit, but
they didn't really explain how the control of the Guardian creature is going to work.
I think you yell at it.
Huh,
yeah, but there has to be some. They showed some elements where it's climbing the wall, and it looked like the player was controlling it. So I wonder if, in certain scenarios, you switch between the Guardian and
maybe but I'd expect something a little bit more original than that. But that might work too.
Yeah, and it looked cool. From the developers of Eco. And Shadow of the Colossus. It's gonna be coming out next year, 2006. Although they haven't specified what season is gonna come out or the release date. So that's coming out. New Guerrilla IP was announced from the creators of Killzone. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming out. Pretty much the demo was very reminiscent of Witcher gameplay. It featured a pretty heavily artilleried cave girl who was fighting almost like Dinobots. These metallic Dinobot creatures. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, exactly.
They look like Dinobots.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That game is going to be coming in 2006, apparently also, although they weren't specific on a release date. Hitman was announced for current gen consoles. I was almost going to say next gen. It's going to be digital released first on PS4.
Huh.
It's also going to feature PS4 exclusive content with beta coming first to PS4. They also showed Street Fighter V featuring Birdie and Cammy gameplay.
A PlayStation exclusive Street Fighter V.
Right. And that was also on the show floor, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky was actually demoed. Last year, they showed a trailer and kind of like a demonstration of the game and what it can become. This year, they actually showed a lot of gameplay, and they actually discovered a planet for the first time ever live during the press conference.
Wow.
And so they warped to the that planet's solar system, landed on the planet, and discovered new life while approaching hostiles on the planet.
Dude, wait,
I'll
what is
believe
this?
it when I play it.
What is this called now?
Let me tell you, it was on the floor.
It looks impossible.
It's not.
It looks impossible.
It looks
Too many
impossible?
planets. I'm sorry. No, it looks impossible.
That's what everybody says about this game. That it looks impossible.
Wait, what is it called again?
It's called No Man's Sky.
Who's making it?
You know what? I don't have that note on me right now. We'll
Is
have
it like
to edit
it's
the
a
note
first-party Sony game, though? Huh?
No, it's an indie game.
We'll put up the logo.
Oh, it's
right
an
now.
indie game. Okay, never mind. It's an indie game.
Yeah, we'll put up a link or something.
Well, okay, if it's an indie game, then then it's.
But it's a universe sandbox.
Yeah, it's a Galaxy sandbox.
A Galaxy sandbox.
Oh, I see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's huge.
It's an interesting concept and idea. I'm curious, but
a lot of people are talking about it right now. No release date was given, but they will give one soon. They said. Media Molecule debuted their PS4 title that is not Little Big Planet. It's called Dreams. Dreams allows you to play Dreams allows you to create 3D clips and renders, and you can create little short clips out of. Basically, you're manipulating a 3D imagery. Like you can, it's like 3D clay within the screen, and you're using.
That's exactly what I imagine. Yeah, like 3D clay.
Right.
Digital claymation.
Yeah.
Digital claymation.
Pretty much digital claymation. Great way to explain it. Thank you, Thomas. They announced World of Final Fantasy was coming to PS4 and Vita. So this is pretty much the Vita's Final Fantasy game. I think this is probably going to be as good as it gets for Vita.
Oh man, it has cute big heads. Time to sell merchandise.
Nice chibi
It looks
characters.
so cute.
And it features multiple
ST.
characters from past Final Fantasy games, including Cloud and others. Nobody really cares if it's not in 7, more or less. So
Yeah.
I forget everyone's names. But what was interesting was that this was the first mention of Vita.
Oh yeah,
night
that's right.
during the conference. This is one of the only times they mentioned Vita.
Oh man, Jesus.
Vita got no love, which makes me worried. I don't know if I should keep mine or,
how can you not? It's got that OLED screen. Whatever you look at on it is going to be great.
Then Square Enix made millions of fanboys around the world cry in joy
Myself
when they
included.
announced that Final Fantasy VII Remake is in fact being developed, and it is coming first to PS4. It's not exclusive to PS4. It's just coming first to PS4.
Well, I do have some issues. I may be wrong. I think it was Tetsuya Nomura, who is the the artist from like Final Fantasy VII all the way I think currently, and he was just talking about how like it's not going to be just a direct port like where they fix it up and everything. I mean, it sounds like there's going to be major gameplay changes. It's not going to be like turn-based where your guy he was saying how are you going to have these beautiful models and whatever, and then they're like waiting in turn to like attack. I'm like, well, it's called a turn-based Japanese RPG, but I don't know. What do I know? Shit. So I'm kind of scared, but It's still Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm going to be all over it either way.
The trailer made the game look so beautiful. It's going to be... Even I never...
Yeah, no matter what, it'll look beautiful.
I'm sorry, I have never played it. But I've know of it. And even I was watching the trailer, I was like, is this Final Fantasy VII? These sons of bitches. They're doing it. They're doing it.
Now, that's not to confuse...
See, that's visually, yeah, but gameplay-wise, I'm concerned.
That's not to confuse with the port of the original game that they announced, which is still coming.
It'll just be... I mean, there's only so much you can do with those old assets.
Right.
And plus, if you want to play it correctly, you'll still have to play it in 4:3, not in widescreen.
Right. So the original game is still coming to PS4.
That's cool.
This is a
with trophies. But the one that they announced during the conference was the HD remake. Right. So, it leaves a lot of questions as to what style of, gameplay they're going to go towards.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like a third-person perspective? Is it going to be turn-based? Is it going to be action-based? A lot of questions still, left unanswered. Hopefully, it'll be a middle ground that will make everybody happy. As long as it doesn't play like Kingdom Hearts, I'm cool.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, no offense to Kingdom Hearts.
No
fans.
offense, it's a good game.
I don't like Kingdom
that's
Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
This is Final Fantasy. I think that if they were smart, they wouldn't stray too far from.
Yeah, you don't want to alienate all the people who've been begging for this for all these years.
Right. Because not only that, it's just like Final Fantasy VII was popular because of everything that made it Final Fantasy VII.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't remake it and not make it Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's finish this real quick. After the Final Fantasy VII announcement, Yu Suzuki went on stage and announced that Shenmue 3 is in the works.
I almost cried,
you,
dude. I almost fucking oh my god, dude. I was very emotional.
And we weren't even done with the conference yet, and Sony had already announced Last Guardian was coming finally, that Street Fighter reconfirming Street Fighter 5 was PS4 exclusive. Was
not timed exclusive.
They announced Final Fantasy VII Remake was coming first to PlayStation, and that Shenmue 3 was coming.
It's actually happening.
Yeah. Although it is via Kickstarter.
Yeah, some concern still.
So their stretch goal of 2 million has already been made.
I heard to make the game that Yu Suzuki wants to make it really he wants 10 million.
Right. So to have the true open world experience, he went on Reddit and said, to have this true open world experience that I always envisioned Shenmue could have, it's going to cost 10 million to make. So I think the last time I checked, they were currently sitting at around 3 to 4, I think.
I need to go rob a bank. I mean, this has to happen.
Well, the game is happening. It already made its goal.
Yeah, but I want it to be no compromises.
Yeah, exactly.
The
way he wants it.
That was the thing about the originals. Everybody was this is too ambitious. You're going too nuts. You're going way over budget. This is costing Sega too much money. But at the end of the day, look what we got. We got just this. I can't even describe. It's just indescribable experience.
So on top of the Kickstarter, PlayStation is also going to kick down a little bit of money for development for the PS3 version of the game. That's not to say that the game won't later come out for Xbox One or PC. So a lot of people can donate to the Kickstarter. We'll probably have a link in the description of the YouTube video, so you can click on that link.
Fucking go broke
and go support it. My brother's already supported it. Bought a full copy of the game. I'm going to do the same too, probably next paycheck. So guarantee your copy, guys. Support that shit. This shit needs to be made.
Do it.
Morpheus was shown, although they really didn't spend a lot of time on it during the press conference. They just did. They did confirm that it just won't be a solo experience. They are going to have multiplayer experiences that will involve people in the same room with you while you wear the headset. So maybe there'll be some interaction with Move controllers around you while you're in the world, and you can see what some trip shit
cool,
while you're looking around. You can see the mocaps interacting with whatever is inside your world or whatever.
I just love how
exciting.
Sony and with Project Morpheus and Xbox with Oculus are competing against for the next generation of technology.
Right, the VR tech,
VR tech,
trying to get that space.
PlayStation 1 with Blu-ray. Microsoft's like, no, not again, never again.
So they also touched on PlayStation View. PlayStation View is their TV service. program that they're trying to create. Xbox is going to have Xbox TV coming soon, so PlayStation View is kind of like ordering Time Warner and using an app to watch their television, more or less.
Oh, okay, so not.
But the crazy thing is that they were going to get a la carte channels, so
right,
you only get the channels you want.
Right,
Oh,
so they are expanding nationwide, and they are going to have a la carte channels, so you can buy what channels you want without having to sign a subscription plan. That's
so you get
smart.
50 fucking channels that you'll never watch, that you almost wish you could just delete.
For the 10 that you do want.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right. So yes, thank you, Thomas. They are going to.
Thank you, Thomas.
They are going to be doing that soon, and PlayStation Plus members will get a discount rate on top of the original rates.
Nice.
So if you're PlayStation Plus, that View service will be discounted. They also announced that beginning with Black Ops 3, all Call of Duty DLC will now appear first on PlayStation. So it seems that Xbox deal that was announced a few years ago is now void, and PlayStation was quick to scoop them up because obviously we saw how that worked out with Xbox. They made a killing.
Yeah.
And Xbox became the dominant system to play last gen.
Yeah.
And that was in large fact to Call of Duty.
Oh, Black Ops 3 looks awesome too.
Yeah, it looks great.
Warfare in 2065.
I'm still playing through Black Ops 1 before Black Ops 2 because my backlog is swamped. Yeah. But to close out Sony, they showed a demonstration of Uncharted 4. During the live demonstration, the demo crashed, and they had to start a fresh demo.
Oh my god, it looked like someone forgot to plug in the controller. It's so awesome.
And so so basically they had the screen froze, and then they booted up the second demo, and they pretty much continued on. It was more or less just to show the open world car driving aspects of the game.
It was sick. A Thief's End, the things that they're showing, the game felt like the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland.
Oh man,
it looks so awesome. I just hope the shooting mechanics is smooth.
Yeah, I agree. That was the one thing
I hate about Uncharted.
Yeah, I agree.
Shooting mechanics.
Yeah.
With that said, now Ernest, final thoughts on the Sony presser.
It's like, it seems like kind of like they're like Me Too catch-up type. You know, like Microsoft really kind of kicked down the door, and then it seems like Sony is just kind of like trailing behind, sort of. I mean, they had good stuff, but again, these are all stuff that like, it's not nothing original. You know, it's like Street Fighter V, amazing, but it's a sequel, and it's like, you know, it's what you expect. No real surprises. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so they capture, you know, the exclusivity for, like, you know, Call of Duty. Okay, you know, that's all kind of like whatever. So they finally show The Last Guardian. Yeah, well, they've been talking about that game for like fucking 6 years. So again, you know, it's kind of like, that's great, but you know, nothing really, nothing crazy. You know, nothing amazing. Awesome, but not amazing.
Thomas, your thoughts on the Sony presser?
The Sony presser was simple. It was not as like I said about Xbox being, you know, a very big production. Sony's was very low key. It was mostly about the product. They were talking about Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Something they said about it is that now it's the female assassin. I don't know if this is the first female assassin now, isn't it?
No, there was a female assassin in I believe the PSP version of Assassin's Creed 3. Oh.
Wait, so in Assassin's Creed 3 there was a...
Assassin's Creed 3 had DLC that was standalone DLC on the Xbox 360 where you played as a female assassin.
Well, as a main character now, you're a female. So in one of the, you know, big games, Syndicate, I'm looking forward to it. And,
yeah, it's a bit of a change.
I'd get killed so many times if there were female assassins coming after me, dude.
And then PlayStation released PlayStation Music with Spotify, and I like this because now they're competing with Apple Music, which just recently changed to Apple Music from iTunes, and so I'm looking forward to that little bit of a fight. And then Disney Infinity 3.0 with Star Wars. This is a new way to teach the new generation the stuff that they probably don't know about. And so, you know, teaching them about episodes 4, 5, and 6 with Rise Against the Empire, and episodes 1, 2, and 3 with Twilights of the Empire.
And then they also announced that there's going to be a playset for The Force Awakens, and that the Disney Infinity DLC for The Force Awakens is going to be the only official game for The Force Awakens.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, another Star Wars thing that I saw was from the mighty Empire EA, Star Wars Battlefront by DICE. And the cool thing about this, it's a Star Wars shooter. You know, it's not, you're not going around. It's a shooter now. So
it's like a massive.
so
yeah.
you can go get together with a bunch of friends and Halo it up. You know. Oh, excuse me, wrong press conference.
Yeah, I mean, I hate EA, but I love DICE. They're an excellent developer.
You know, sometimes
Speaking
you got to
of-
get in bed with the devil to make a good game.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to EA's Star Wars Battlefront by DICE.
Overall, much like Xbox, I thought Sony killed it. I thought that with The Last Guardian, sure, they've been talking about it for a long time, but it's been a long time since they've actually talked about it.
Which is insulting in itself.
How long
It
has it
is.
been?
At least 6 years.
What?
I think they announced it.
They announced it when
Within-
the PS3 was coming out.
Yeah, I think
And
they
people were
announced
like,
it
oh, I'm
about
getting a PS3 so I can get The Last
4 or
Guardian.
5 years ago, and it was in development for a while for PS3, and then during that shift between last and next gen, they kind of stopped talking about it for a few years, and people were asking
For a few years.
Yeah, for a few years, they
Yeah,
talking about it.
fucking ridiculous.
And people were just asking about it. So now that they finally said yes, it's coming, and it is coming out. Finally, you know, it's some closure to wondering what the fuck is going on with this game.
Yeah, I just, you know.
You know, Final Fantasy VII Remake. People have been begging for this game since they showed off that tech demo at for at E3 2005 for PS3. I was there. I saw the tech demo. It was fucking awesome. I teared up when I saw it because I played through Final Fantasy VII, and I wanted it. What we got was Final Fantasy 13, and it looked cool, but that was the tech that they used for that tech demo.
Yeah.
So ever since that tech demo, we're like, you fucks, you can make this game,
Yeah.
and you choose not to.
And everybody wants it.
And everybody wants it, and you'll make a gazillion dollars. And their logic for the longest time was, oh, we won't make Final Fantasy VII. We won't remake Final Fantasy VII unless another Final Fantasy game matches the sales, which is dumb.
Man, fuck you, Square.
Because that was their biggest title, and it still sells
Yeah.
digitally like hotcakes. So it's for that to show up was awesome.
That's like James Cameron's. I'm not going to make another movie until someone beats Titanic.
Dude, yeah.
We're never
yeah.
going to see another movie, are we?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then with Shenmue.
Yeah, that's really...
Shenmue and I go way back because
Oh, yeah.
I bought Shenmue on Dreamcast when it came out, and I was working at GameStop, then Software Etc., when Shenmue 2 was supposed to come out and was canceled. So we were forced to... I probably told the story once before, where we were
I haven't heard
we
this
took
story.
pre-orders for the European version of Shenmue.
At GameStop?
Or Software Etc. at the time,
Oh, okay,
before
right,
GameStop.
right, yeah.
It was before it became GameStop.
Oh,
but
fuck. God
we
damn
took
it.
pre-orders for that game, and so once it became canceled, Europe was still getting that game. So Software Etc. bought European copies
Wow.
of that game for the people who paid off the game in full before the game arrived
Came
at
out,
stores.
right.
So I have one of those copies.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah. So I still have one
That's
of those
fucking
copies.
sick.
Yeah.
Even I don't have that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you after this. Although I have the game not with the case, but I have the booklet. You could tear through it. It's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah, I'll show it to you. So I have this European copy of Shenmue 2 for Dreamcast, and for it to finally be announced, it's been nearly an over 10-year wait, maybe even longer, like 15 almost.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like more than 10.
Yeah,
like a ridiculous
14,
amount
like
of time.
13, 14 years almost.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, it's a long time coming, and I'm really happy.
This is very, very emotional.
So with you know, for me, Sony really brought it too. They had a lack of first party games, but
no surprises really.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of sequels
other
and
than
stuff
those
like that.
other than those 4 games,
Yeah.
you know, those are pretty big surprises.
And again, they're like, remakes or sequels or, no original shit that you ain't never seen or heard of, so.
Let's bang out the Nintendo real quick.
Yeah, because there's
Nintendo
not
didn't
much,
have a
dude.
lot of announcements,
Yeah.
but they had some pretty decent ones to be made.
I don't know, very
Throughout the show,
disappointing.
Miyamoto, Iwata, and Reggie hosted the show as puppets. made by by Muppet creator Jim Henson Workshop.
Oh shit!
So
yeah.
they were legit Muppet.
Oh,
versions
is that why it looks
of
so
themselves.
good?
So they're
Yeah.
going to be using those puppets more often in future events. Star Fox Zero was announced. Star Fox Zero is not a remake nor a sequel. The R-Wing will transform into multiple vehicles throughout the game, in-game, at any time, at will. Gyro controls will be used for aiming and moving vehicles. So in order to aim in certain situations, you'll have to tilt your gamepad controller, and the controller's screen itself will offer a first-person view.
Oh God, I hope that's not too difficult.
No, I don't know. Yeah, Moses, you had.
We'll talk about that later, real quick. Before we end the show, we'll talk about that. Right. And they're aiming for a holiday 2015 release. Hopefully, they make it. Amiibo will work in the upcoming Skylanders game. They showed that select characters will debut, in, like Bowser and other characters will start to show up in the new Skylander game. So it seems like Activision and Nintendo are starting to get in bed with each other with their Skylander and Amiibos. A bunch of 3DS games was announced, so I'm just going to bang through them real quick. Zelda Triforce Heroes. Think 3DS version of 4 swords with 3 characters. Boom. Hyrule Warriors is getting a port to the 3DS. Metroid Prime, Federation, I forgot Federation something.
Federation Force.
Federation Force, thank you. I didn't write that down for some reason.
Wait, what's the deal with that one? Why is everybody like all pissed off about it?
Because it was believed that something major was going to be announced with Metroid, and instead we got a crappy 3DS
I knew it,
multiplayer
dude.
game.
Hold on,
Of
buddy.
course,
it's
dude, of
including
course.
Metroid Prime Blast Ball, dude. It looks
What?
I saw that on the demo
the
floor,
fuck?
and although it was kind of cool,
I
it's not the Metroid game people wanted.
I
And
understand,
dude, it's
there's
not gonna happen,
actually a
man.
petition online right now to get the game canceled.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, I heard about
People are
this.
that angry about
Man,
it.
god damn it! You
You
know,
will never hurt.
they should have listened to our fucking podcast, and they would have gone to E3 with the expectation, if they listened to me, that there's not going to be a fucking new goddamn motherfucking Metroid game.
So Metroid Prime Federation
Force.
Thank you. Fire Emblem Fates is coming to 3DS.
That's for Nick.
Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer is also coming to 3DS. Think Animal Crossing meets Mario Party with Amiibos. Yoshi's Woolly World was also on display for the Wii U. They also announced that the Yarn Yoshis that they're going to have, the Amiibos,
yeah.
will interact in the game in that a second Yoshi will appear to help you that you control through the game. So it'll mimic your jumps and your tongues.
To help like the younger players and stuff like that, if they're having too much trouble.
Right, and it'll also allow for 2-player co-op.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Dude, those wool Yoshi amiibos are too cute, man.
Yeah,
I would get them just for the effing amiibo.
Right? Yeah, I know. I'm getting. If I see one in the store, I will definitely
Let me
get
tell you
one.
Damn you, marketing.
I saw them on the show floor,
Yeah.
and they are gorgeous.
Right?
God
They
damn
are
it,
gorgeous.
I bet they're plushy. You can touch them.
Oh,
You can,
God.
it's soft. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actual hand-stitched yarn. It's
You know, they should
fucking
do a
incredible.
package where, like, you know, pay a premium and you get the game with the fucking amiibo. Because I want them both, and I would do that for sure.
And then also they announced that certain amiibo will interact with Yoshi on screen. So if you have a Zelda or a Link Yoshi or amiibo, I'm sorry, a Link amiibo, you put it, you will
A Link
have
Yoshi.
if you have a Link amiibo and you use it during your Yoshi Woolly World game, Yoshi will appear like Link and have new abilities.
Reminds me of Kirby.
Yeah,
Right,
How
yeah.
it would, like, suck
Totally,
somebody up.
yeah.
That's what exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it's.
But
very
amiibo
reminiscent.
power.
Right.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi Paper Jam was announced for 3DS. This is pretty much a crossover between the Mario and Luigi DS and 3DS franchise, and Paper Mario. So it's both worlds combining and becoming one. And so the Mario and Luigi characters meet the Paper Mario characters and, you know, combine forces.
It feels like Nintendo's eating itself, like the snake eating its own tail. It's just like, we're so big. Oh, let's just mix all of our stuff.
Mario Tennis was announced for Wii U. That looks awesome, but, you know, Mario
Yeah, but
Tennis.
it's
Dude, hey, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash looks awesome.
Super fun.
And Super Mario Maker was also on display as well. Devs during the digital event talked about the concept of design for the game and how it's very reminiscent of how they created the original Mario Brothers games and level design in the early on days, because they didn't have the PC tech that we have today, so they used a lot of grid paper to design their games, and so that was the influence for the level designer portion of the game.
That was actually one of the best parts about the Super Mario Maker design insight from Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka. Is that his name? Tezuka? Yes. And it was how difficult it was. Hand drawn everything, and now it's a game. You can just play, click, and they're like, "We spent decades making this." Like, it's like,
I don't know. I'm not excited about this at all.
Oh, it looks great. It looks fantastic.
So with that being said, Ernest, what are your thoughts on the Nintendo presser?
Extremely disappointing, because for them to say, we're not going to show Zelda, we're not going to talk about anything about NX. Like, okay, that's good. Then you're gonna have some big guns then at E3. God damn, if you're not going to talk about that shit, then what do you guys got? And this is what? Like, no, maybe they should have fucking shown Zelda then if this is all they had. Maybe they should have. Well, I don't know. I still think they should not have talked about NX, which is good. But other than that, they needed to have just more games. I mean, I love the Wii U, but like, if they need to turn things around. They need to find a way to increase sales. This E3 was not the fucking way. All they really showed was like fucking Star Fox, which is awesome, but a bunch of fucking 3DS games, which is where their money's at. But still, what else for the fucking Wii U is going on? Admittedly, they've already released a couple Mario games. They've got Smash Brothers out. They got Mario Kart out and stuff. And Zelda's coming. I mean, but it would have been nice to see like a new IP or something, or just, I don't know. I know Splatoon just came out and that looks great too, but I don't know. I just something more than just that.
Thomas, your thoughts on the Nintendo presser?
I thought it was, like you said, with the Jim Henson puppets, super cute, very well. The production on this, it was just like watching a Dave Chappelle show, because everything is very well done, and everything was on live press or anything like that. It was very interesting to see that Nintendo is shifting, I think, to amiibos and having interactive physical items that they can sell, like they did back in the day with N64s, where they just basically a la carte rumble packs and all these different little gadgets that they would sell you on. And it sounds like they've really found it with like Amiibo with Skylander. They're introducing Donkey Kong and Bowser, like you said. The thing that I really found interesting from the games that they're showing, like Fire Emblem Fates, FE, and Xenoblade Chronicles, is that they are making their games look better. They are trying to at least match their competition in the respects of how the games look. They look good. And I think that with Yoshi's Woolly World coming out, they're still capturing kids' imaginations. And my favorite thing about that segment was they actually showed Emi Watanabe, the coordinator working at Nintendo, who just made it for fun. And then the game people were like, wow, let's make a game like this. And it was amazing how somebody like that at Nintendo can affect something and have a great product like Yoshi's Woolly World. And that's my take on Nintendo.
I thought Nintendo did pretty good. I think although they didn't have anything super surprising, I did want to see Star Fox. They showed it. I did want to see
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Woolly World. They showed it, and that game looks beautiful. Like, the Wii U is not necessarily the most powerful hardware, but Nintendo is really utilizing it, and I think with Yoshi's Woolly World, just graphically, it's beautiful. Like, you don't need to have Xbox One, PS4 powerful hardware to produce beautiful games.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
and
great.
That game really displays it that there's still a lot of creativity that can come out of that generational hardware gap.
Right.
That maybe even though that hardware tech maybe 10 years old, there's still a lot that could have been done with it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Mario Maker, I had a chance to play that on the show floor, and it is a must-have for Wii U owners.
Well, I don't know. I'm not buying it, dude, at all. I'm not buying it at all.
That's fine. I literally created a dog shit hard stage within 5 minutes, played it, and was able to edit it on the fly. and jump back into it to see if I liked my edits.
So now we have to pay fucking Nintendo to do their job for them, basically.
No, but here's the thing, though. Like, if I wanted to create a level and see how good you really were,
Oh gosh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
challenge you.
Right.
Yes.
I challenge you.
beat my
See,
level.
Beat my level. I even named it. I hate you, Jason.
But you could just make an impossible level, though. You know what I mean? Like, you could just, it's like, I don't know. I'd rather play a game, not sit around and plan out how I'm gonna map the level. Or,
So many people do.
So yeah,
So many people do.
I could
Yeah, I don't know.
get
I guess,
myself in
but-
the zone and waste a lot of time doing
I have
that.
many friends who can. They just love making maps. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like the opposite. I fucking hate making maps and doing all that shit. I like the developer to make it and design it really well, so that when I'm playing, I'm like, oh, this is just well designed. This is awesome.
So, to end the talk on the pressers real quick, great scale on Sony and Nintendo.
So Sony, I'm gonna give like a C plus maybe. Nintendo, I'm gonna have to give like it's probably like a C or C minus maybe.
Thomas?
overall, I think that PlayStation was very nice. Xbox and Nintendo had the production. Like you said, the content though. See, I think I'm gonna go with Xbox on this one.
But as far as a grading,
I want an Xbox One hashtag. Give me one.
But what would you give them? Like,
okay.
as far as
well,
grades.
if I was to do it, B, C, and C, but Sony B, Xbox and Nintendo C respectively.
Okay.
Wait. Say that again.
I liked Xbox games, but I
Yeah.
think Sony was better.
Huh.
So
The
Sony
conference
would
was
get
overall better.
Yes, exactly. If we're talking just conference wise, Sony was the best with the B. Xbox and Nintendo were equal with C.
Okay.
And how about you, Mosey?
I think with Xbox we said it was B. With PlayStation, I'm gonna give it the same, a B. I've seen better conferences, but this is probably one of the better conferences in a while. They announced a lot of the games that I did want to see, and I thought that they should have announced last year. They announced this year, like Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII Remake. They delivered on a lot of those games. Notwithstanding the Ratchet and Clank and Uncharted, there's a lot of games that were announced that were kind of safe bets. God of War 3.
Exactly,
remastered.
yeah, a lot of safe bets, yeah.
Those weren't
A lot of
games that we didn't
sequels.
really mention because they're still the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even Uncharted
yeah.
4, I wasn't wowed at. Like, to me, the Final Fantasy announcement or the Shenmue announcement should have ended the show.
Absolutely, those are yeah.
Nintendo, I'm gonna give a C plus because their games were good. I had a chance to play all 3 of their marquee Wii games, and they were all worthy of purchase in my mind. It really swayed me to wanting to get a Wii U after the event, just so I could play those 3 games later once they come out, because they are going to be good. We're going to wrap up this podcast, but before we do, I'm going to leave an open forum for the next 10 minutes to talk about any third-party games or any questions in relates to the event. So, Thomas, I'm going to let you start with your 5.
Well, Fallout 4. That's all I want to talk about. The thing about it is that we
Fallout.
we have 3 different ones to talk about. Like the thing about Xbox, I liked is the exclusives.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
really went all out and said, you know what's going to happen? We're
They
going to have the
did.
games you want to play,
Yeah.
and we're the only place you can play them.
Yeah.
And I like that. And they're being aggressive. And like I said, this is my first E3 that I really followed and really watched and such. And what I've noticed is that gaming industry, like I said in the past podcast, in episode 4, it's like movies now. It's like every couple of years you have the new game that comes out and you want to play it and experience it. And I think as we're going to see next E3 and CES coming up and things like that, we're going to see this move to have everything be Hollywoodized. I don't even think that's a term. Try to make it one, though. And so I'm really looking forward to going on this gaming journey right now, and especially now, because right now, my friends, we are living in the second part of the renaissance of games. Like we are going into the age where technology is going to make our gaming experiences something that we've never imagined before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that the PlayStation game that really got my attention was No Man's Sky. Really? There's no way every single one of those stars you can go to and all that. No. There's probably ones that are inaccessible, and you know there has to be. There has to be. So I'm looking forward to next E3.
Awesome. Ernest.
I don't really have too much to add. I mean, I feel like I was fairly opinionated. I was surprised that I liked a lot of Microsoft's offerings. You know, I was expecting to be like Sony, Nintendo, fucking Microsoft. You know, it's like the opposite this time. I was just very disappointed with Nintendo. Like, now what they did show was great. You know, got to see Star Fox and Yoshi's Woolly World. That's great. Other than that, you know, like for how quiet Nintendo is, they need to be. I don't know. They need to hit harder than that. I mean, you know, all their sales and stuff. 3DS is really big, so it's good that they had like a lot of 3DS stuff, but. I mean, I'm just, you know, they should know better than to not bring out that much Wii U stuff. Like, they should know that we got to show a little bit more than that. Like, they really didn't show much. And it's not like they had, like, a lot of other avenues. It's just Wii U and 3DS, you know? Like, you got to show more Wii U shit than that. So, it doesn't look like there's, like, too much on the horizon other than Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's really disappointing. You know, Sony had good stuff, like you guys said. I know I was kind of hard on them a little bit, but, like... the shit that they showed is good. I mean, you know, it's all sequels and no surprises, but hey, Shenmue 3, you know, Final Fantasy fucking 7 remake, like, that's all great. I'll definitely get God of War 3 at 60 frames per second and 1080, you know. Uncharted 4 will be good.
It did play really nice.
I bet, yeah, you know, it's God of War 3. I'm a huge God of War fan. I love it. So, you know, and as far as third parties, just very, very disappointed, but not surprised with Konami, you know. Apparently, you know, Lords of Shadow 2 didn't really live up to everybody's expectations, so I guess Castlevania is kind of like done for them. They haven't done a new Contra in a while. You know, no new Gradius since 5 or whatever, so I don't know what Konami's plan is.
Really quick, I just wanted to talk about the Microsoft HoloLens. Seriously, tabletop RPG companies like Dungeons & Dragons, or my personal favorite, Legends of the Five Rings, really need to jump on top of this. Because if these HoloLenses become available for all of us, and we're using these things, oh my, I'm such a nerd. I love tabletop RPGs, and if I could do, it'll be so awesome. It is so awesome.
I'm super, you know, kind of touched that Rare is doing that replay with the 30 games, $30. I mean, it's kind of also good because, you know, all the developers who made all those games are, I'm pretty sure, probably all of them are gone from Rare by now, so it's good for them to tap into the era when they were good, you know. Mm-hmm. But I am concerned with how they're gonna, like, what the emulation is gonna be like. Basically, are they gonna be like completely unfiltered versions with options for filtering and smoothing and all that kind of stuff, or is it gonna be like how it typically is these days, where it's gonna be fucking, you know, filtered up the ass to where it's like it's only good like if you're on a widescreen TV, and even then it's still compromisable. And if you try to play it correctly, like on a CRT, it's still gonna look like shit. So I'm concerned. I'm sure it'll look nice on a widescreen TV, but you know, these are old games. We'll see. Mm-hmm. If they're not perfect, I'm not gonna like it because I already have like almost all the originals that are good that are on this thing. I think there's KI2 or KI Gold, whatever will be on it, but I'd like to have the original Killer Instinct on it as well, even though it is available.
Arcade Perfect.
Yeah. You know, I know, yeah, you get it if you get the whatever edition of the new reboot Killer Instinct, but I don't know, if if Rare's gonna make a disc with 30 games, you might as well fucking throw Killer Instinct original on it just for completionist sake, you know?
Yeah, and then you can throw on KI Gold.
Sure, yeah.
KI Gold 2 Gold.
Yeah. And I prefer 2 to Gold anyway, but you know. But I'm kind of surprised that it's missing Wizards and Warriors. That was a pretty big title, and if they are putting RC Pro 1 and 2 and like Battletoads and old games like that, why the fuck is Wizards and Warriors missing?
Do they own that title?
I would imagine so. I mean, it wasn't like so big that Nintendo like swooped in and like took the rights or anything. Mm-hmm. There's got to be a reason. Who knows? But it's great because all the Battletoad games are on it, not just the original, the Super NES one. I think it's got the Battletoads and Double Dragon, the Ultimate Team on
it
it
does not
also.
have that one.
Oh, it did not?
No,
Are you
it does
sure?
not. Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
It only has Battletoads and Battletoads Arcade.
Well, I mean, yeah, I want it for Battletoads Arcade. That's to me the number one thing on that is Battletoads fucking Arcade.
I was actually at the convention center for E3, and I did get to play a handful of titles. Although this year they said was the most in attendance in the past 10 years. They said 50,000 plus people were there. There was a lot of people there, but I felt that this was probably the most that booths misused their space. A lot of what would normally be open show floor, there was a lot of built-in meeting rooms within the booths that were closed off or had long lines to get into them. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't do the lines.
I like it when their show floor is open, and because the show floor is the show floor. Everything should be open. How it's always been in past E3s is that the show floor is open and booths are out there, and if you want to wait in line for a booth, that's fine, but it's not a boxed little nook within the the show floor.
Yeah.
It's all the booths are open to everybody, and I didn't get that feel this year. Bethesda didn't have any games playable other than Battlecry, which I played.
What about Doom?
Doom was demonstrated behind closed doors,
so it wasn't playable.
but on the show floor.
No Fallout 4?
Fallout was behind closed doors. So the games I did play, in no particular order, was God of War 3 Remastered, Tearaway Unfolded for PS4, Yoshi's Woolly World for Wii U, Battlecry for PC, and I believe might come out to Xbox as well, which was a fun multiplayer game. I played Street Fighter V, I played Fable Legends, I played Dragon Quest Heroes for PS4, I played Mighty Number 9 for Xbox.
What'd you think of that one? Yeah,
Mighty Number 9 is being distributed by Square Enix. I didn't know that.
Going neither.
So they are distributing Mighty Number 9. It plays very well. It plays like a true Mega Man game should. And I like how
feels good though, huh?
Yes, and you can shoot them a few times, and then they get kind of like blinking dizzy, and then you can slide through them and absorb them.
Yeah, that's
or
kinda
you can just shoot them until they blow up, but you save time by sliding through them and absorbing them. It felt very much like a Mega Man game should. I'll definitely be getting it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about graphically? I don't really care for the visuals from what I've seen too much.
It has a cel shaded look to it, but to be honest with you, so did Mega Man Maverick Hunter X on the PSP, and it played just like Mega Man X. It is Mega Man X, but with 3D graphics, with slight cel shading. So that's how this felt. It felt good. It looked like Mega Man. It played like Mega Man. If you would have just said it's Mega Man 9 or whatever, I would have believed you,
Wow.
Like Mega Man Next Gen, I would have believed you.
Yeah.
So I played Mighty Number 9, Super Mario Maker, and Star Fox Zero. Again, the Star Fox Zero control uses gyro movements. So if you tilt the gamepad to aim to the bottom left, your cursor shifts to the bottom left, and up and down and so forth.
I hear that's code developed by Platinum Games.
No, that's being developed in-house by Nintendo.
So that's just a rumor.
It's a rumor. I confirmed it. It's being developed by Miyamoto.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, Miyamoto's.
Yeah.
Besides
it's the Star Fox games he's always wanted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Besides cool games, did you by any chance see any cool items or products?
Oculus was there. Morpheus was there. Firo actually got to try Morpheus. Firo is our founder, CEO, and publisher. He tried the Morpheus as well. He loved it. There was one demo that was particularly scary. What are you signaling for? Go ahead, say it.
One from the concourse.
Huh?
The concourse.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Thomas.
I'm trying to get your back here, bro.
I know, Thomas got my back. We got to give a special shout out because I saw something in particular that just blew my mind, and it was
no
awesome.
one's really seen it
right,
except you.
right. No one really saw it except for me on the show floor. And I got to mention this before we close out the show. Hyperkin had an April Fool's joke called the Smart Boy, and essentially what it did was turn your smartphone into a fully functional Game Boy.
That's right. Yeah.
And so, what was first an April Fool's joke became this this actual prototype that they developed. And so, because I was always a fan of Hyperkin and the Retron 5 HD retro gaming system, I wanted to reach out to them and see if I can, if it's going to be at the show floor, can I see it, And so we exchanged a couple quick tweets to each other, and then they emailed me and said, "Hey, we want you to come see the Smart Boy." So they tried to reach out to me to make an appointment for Wednesday, but I was too caught up in other appointments for Wednesday that I didn't see them on Wednesday. But on Thursday, the final day, I found their booth. It was in the Concourse Meeting Hall, and got in touch with Terrence, who was the representative for Hyperkin there, and was like, "Yeah, we've been, I remember talking to you, this and that. WTF Gamers Only, come on in, this and that," and showed me the Smart Boy. And while we talk about it, I'll definitely have a photo of on the screen on it.
Nice.
And the prototype itself was 3D printed, so the shelling was a 3D printed shell. But in the back, they had prototype hardware for and an actual Pokemon Blue Game Boy cart was plugged in, and the screen was running Pokemon Blue.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it was not through emulation, through actual hardware, and just reverse engineering it through Android or iPhone, they said. So hopefully at CES they'll have a functioning prototype that we can actually hold. But they had just announced it prior to E3, so they wanted to have something there just so people can have an idea. So the 3D printed prototype was a little crude, and we couldn't touch it and couldn't play it, but it was functional. So that was very cool, and hopefully we'll have another follow-up with Hyperkin, and we'll see the demo more and have something in the future to share, with
I
the
love
viewers.
how it turned from an April Fool's joke into an actual legit
Yeah,
thing
that's
that they're
pretty
making.
awesome.
Yeah,
Totally
and the cool
awesome.
thing too was when we went here, they're like, "Oh, you know what? Too, because we're in the concourse hall and we don't have the flashy booths as West and South Hall do. A lot of people overlooked this booth. Almost everybody overlooked us. You're one of the few people who have been in our booth to see it. So it was a real honor to have the opportunity from Hyperkin to come and check out this new tech that they're having. So again, thanks to Hyperkin for that. That was one of the highlights of the show for me. They have all this new next gen tech. This game's being announced, Final Fantasy, and I'm excited about the Hyperkin. So
Well, thank you, Hyperkin.
yeah, definitely thank you. We're gonna wrap up the show now, and we'll probably talk little bits and pieces. I think the Let's Play Stuff show also with Jarrell and Grayson. They were also at the convention center, so
Grayson.
they were going to be talking about the event as well, and discussing what they saw, what they played. One of their previews was recently retweeted by the developer for Super Dungeon Brothers. It's an indie title coming for PS4. It was recently retweeted, so they like the work that we did for them in covering their game. So you'll see more about that game in the coming months as they supply content. We're going to wrap up our show right now. Ernest, where can people find you online?
As always, any rendition of Emperor Ernest or Emperor_Ernest on Twitter, Backloggery, PSN, and of course, on Xbox.
I've sent you a PSN invite, so you got to accept it.
All right, I will.
Thomas, where can people find you online?
People can contact me at Twitter at Thomas DCC Lee.
People can find me online. Moses, IVVIOC, Twitter, PSN, Instagram, and Steam. Or you can find me on Xbox Live at MosesXIVVIXOC. You can also find me at WTFGamersOnly, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, or at WTFGamersOnly.com.
Jesus Christ, this guy gets around.
Dude, I got to pitch them all, man.
He's everywhere you want to be.
Right. So once again, that's going to be a wrap for the E3 episode, episode 5.
When Doc says it's a wrap, it's a wrap.
That's right. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for listening, everybody. It's late, we're tired, and we still got to watch Raw. So
that's for sure.
We're going to leave, and thank you for watching. Stay gaming, guys. Peace out.
Game on.
Peace.
Game on.